So, right here, Chicago Sky's Angel Reese sounds off about entitlement. And I was like, what is she going to be talking about here? She's deciding to call the fans entitled. Unbelievable.
Angel Reese is back in the spotlight, but not because of anything she's done with a basketball. Nope, this time. It's her mouth doing the dribbling, and people are left completely baffled. She's out here demanding superstar-level money while acting like she's above any form of critique. Talk about petty. It's like she wants the paycheck of a franchise player, but none of the responsibility that comes with it. So you really have to ask, is Angel trying to play elite-level basketball, or is she just playing make-believe royalty? This seems to be a complete 180 to how the real superstar Caitlin Clark treats the fans. If you're a CC fan, comment it down below. Let's go.
Reese is giving terrible advice to potential fans and followers. Absolutely. This league is claiming it wants to be popular, and it wants to generate interest. And you've got an actual player, supposed to be the supposed second most popular player in the league, crapping all over fans that have taken an interest in players.
Before you brush it off as a one-time gaffe, let's be clear, this wasn't some offhand comment. What Reese just said might actually be one of the biggest obstacles standing in the way of the WNBA's next level of growth. That's why the real question becomes this: is Angel Reese actually advocating for real change in women's basketball? Or is she just generating chaos and calling it activism? Stick around, because once you hear the full story, you'll finally say out loud, so that's what's really going on here.
Y'all be feeling too entitled, thinking y'all's opinions matter about someone else's life instead of minding your own business. I promise you win at life when you just live your own life and mind your own business. I promise. I don't give a rat's about that. That statement right there.
Now here's where it gets wild. Angel Reese doesn't even hold a single official title within the WNBA Players Association. She's not part of the union's leadership. She isn't even part of the negotiating team yet. Here she is on social media, making loud, sweeping statements about potential strikes as if she speaks for the entire player body. Essentially, she's treating herself like the voice of the WNBA, despite not having any of the actual responsibilities or roles that come with it. Just imagine being a seasoned union rep working through serious discussions, and then you hear a rookie trying to hijack the message with half-baked threats on a public platform.
The ones coming this year will still be in the rookie contract again. Mm-hmm. The ones the year after, they gonna get more. They probably gonna be making more than us.
No, they are. Who's that?
They are. Like, yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are. I need to get in the. I need to get in the field.
You need to come to the meetings.
I need to get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us. If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out.
That's a possibility for real.
Women's basketball has been clawing for recognition for years, and now that it's finally earning the spotlight it deserves, the headlines are being hijacked by drama. Angel Reese recently made waves by claiming that she personally is the reason for the sport's current surge in popularity, while the WNBA should be basking in a collective moment of growth. Reese is out here making it all about herself. She's less interested in lifting the game and more concerned with whether the limelight is hitting her directly in the face instead of celebrating unity and progress. She's busy turning the conversation into a personal power struggle, and the fans, they're exhausted while the league tries to build a future. Angel is out here swinging a wrecking ball.
What are we doing here? These players in this league do not want this league to grow. Again, they want it to grow under their circumstances only. Women's basketball is finally getting attention, and now that it's getting attention, it's not the right kind of attention. Cry me a river. I mean, really, what are we doing?
Here's the actual issue. Angel wasn't criticized for having an opinion. She was called out for how she reacted to the response at the professional level. Scrutiny comes with the job. The more attention the league gets, the more people are going to voice their opinions. That's just how it works. But rather than embracing this as part of being a public figure, Angel doubled down, lashing out at the critics, as though they had no right to comment that reaction. It did far more damage than the criticism itself. In elite sports, real stars rise under pressure they don't crack when the spotlight intensifies. Angel Reese needs to realize that with influence comes expectation, and only those who embrace that reality, not run from it, will thrive.
You are a professional athlete. You are in the limelight. You have chosen to put yourself out there, which means you are open to criticism, and you're open to hearing things you aren't going to like about your play, about how you conduct yourself, all of it. It is part of being a celebrity, a sports star, whatever. There's no amount of, well, we're going to call it online hate. Nah, it's criticism.
Eyes are now on the matchup. Everyone's talking about Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky on one side. You have Caitlin Clark. The generational phenom fans can't wait to watch on the other. Angel Reese, the walking controversy who always seems one comment away from a headline. This isn't just a game. It's a spectacle. It's the clash of two brands, one built on performance, the other on provocation. Add the anticipation surrounding Caitlin's return, and it's no surprise that analysts are forecasting over 3 million viewers. This isn't just a WNBA game, it's a litmus test for the league's future.
She believes a new record would be set. Quote, first, it's the Fever versus the Chicago Sky. Wonder why they did that, Bird said. We have not seen Caitlin Clark play in a long time, okay? And it's against Angel Reese. So my guess, there is, we're going to see like 3+ million viewers, which I'm sure will smash some kind of a record. Interesting.
But beyond the ratings, this matchup is symbolic. Caitlin Clark represents the kind of stardom built on action. She shows up, does her job, and elevates the team around her. Angel, on the other hand, has become synonymous with noise. Her narrative is driven more by confrontation than contribution, and when these two players step on the same court, the contrast will be impossible to ignore, just when it seemed like things couldn't get messier. Angel made another questionable move, publicly labeling fans as entitled. Yep, that happened. Instead of embracing the very people who are helping push women's basketball to new heights, she decided to scold them. You'd think someone who constantly says she wants to grow the game would, try to keep the people who actually watch the games on her side. But no, Ree took aim at the growing fan base, the very wave that's keeping the league afloat right now.
Reese has recently been in the headlines for threatening a potential strike in the WNBA if negotiations during the next CBA don't go as players hope. Reese thinks women in the WNBA deserve higher pay. Some fans are afraid to strike. A strike could hurt the momentum the WNBA has built in popularity. When Reese and Caitlin Clark entered the league, it will kill this league. It will kill it. If they go on strike, it's a wrap.
And this isn't just about bad PR, it's about the message it sends in pro sports. Your relationship with fans is everything. Gratitude isn't optional, it's part of the job. When you alienate the audience, you don't just damage your brand, you put the league's momentum at risk. At the very moment when women's basketball is finally capturing hearts, Ree is busy burning bridges, and then came the cherry on top, her casual threat of a strike. At the very time the WNBA is starting to catch fire, Angel Ree is already talking about walking away from the court if her pay demands aren't met. Let's be clear, no one's saying players don't deserve more. But choosing this moment when the league is finally drawing eyes and headlines to float the idea of a lockout, that's reckless. Caitlin Clark and other rising stars are working tirelessly to build momentum, while Angel seems more interested in pulling the emergency brake. One wrong move at this stage could derail everything.
She uses her platform on social media and her podcast, Unapologetically Angel, to publicly espouse those beliefs. Reese recently suggested that she's different in person. Quote, the funniest thing people say to me is, wow, you're so nice in person. It's crazy the way you're portrayed online. I just laughed and say, yeah, I did a video about that. And you know what? A lot of fans said, you know what? We don't believe anybody ever told you that. Sorry. And look, you know what that is? That's a fan's opinion, and they can have it.
Meanwhile, Angel is trying to flip the narrative. On her podcast, Unapologetically, Angel insisting that she's actually misunderstood, according to her. She's way more likable in person, and the public has simply misjudged her. But here's the thing. When the general reaction is, no one ever told you, that it says a lot. It speaks to a credibility issue, a trust gap that words alone won't fix in today's digital world. Public image isn't shaped by what you say, it's shaped by how you consistently act. You can't just declare you're misunderstood and expect the world to nod in agreement. You have to show it. Angel wants to control her image. But the reality is this: the people watching, the fans reading, and the cameras rolling, those are what shape how you're seen. And right now, the version of Angel Reese the public sees isn't matching the one she's trying to sell.
In a post on X Wednesday, Reese promised her followers that they'd be better off minding their own business. Wow. Would they be better off turning the TV off when your game is on? I mean, I wonder. I'm starting to wonder, hey, would we be better off turning the TV off when you're on? See what happens to them good old ratings? It doesn't matter if you're not playing Caitlin Clark. Nobody's watching you anyway. This league is claiming it wants to be popular, and it wants to generate interest. And you've got an actual player, supposed to be the supposed second most popular player in the league, crapping all over fans that have taken an interest in players. As part of that, you're going to get positive feedback and negative feedback. That's life. That's life. As a sports player, especially, she receives from public, good or bad, the more publicity the WNBA receives. The more publicity the WNBA receives, the more money she stands to make on her next contract. Absolutely. It's unbelievable, folks. Mind your own business, fans. I know you're sports fans, and I know we're in the public, but don't criticize us. We want you to keep your opinion to yourselves. And what is so wild about hearing this is, we've heard this kind of thing from other WNBA players. In a struggling league that unless Caitlin Clark plays, there is no attendance, there is no ratings, there is no gate revenue. She is the only factor that's moving. It's amazing to me. They don't want to grow. Again, they wanted to grow their league to a minute portion of the population. They never wanted regular sports fans to come in and start watching this league. Because you know what regular sports fans do? We run our mouth about all sports. NFL and the players in it right now, NBA players, Major League Baseball players, they all get criticized. They all get crushed. You want to make big money, you better have some thick skin at some point.